We chose to do it so that people first and foremost would listen to the music first before dissecting the fact that we did it together.
I felt like there would be a point in my life where I could no longer really do that and still maintain a place of like good mental health and emotional health and all that.
Tortured.
It's either the Tortured or the Lonely. Tortured Man Club, I think.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You,
Tortured Man, me, you and Andrew. Yeah.
It hasn't had much use recently.
No, I feel like we're less tortured now.
It was a real breakthrough moment of excitement and happess, and I kind of referred to writing these songs as a flotation device because
I love that.
Obviously this year is hell on earth.
Joe Alwyn is finally breaking his silence on what led to his breakup with Taylor Swift. And fans are eager to get the inside scoop. After years of keeping their relationship extremely private, the British actor is now opening up about why things ended with the global pop star. The couple's 6-year romance was one of the most talked about in the entertainment world, and their split earlier this year shocked Swifties everywhere. Though they managed to keep much of their relationship under wraps, Joe is now shedding some light on the real reasons behind the breakup. From the pressures of dating someone as famous as Taylor, to the struggles they faced behind the scenes, Joe is giving fans a rare glimpse into the challenges that ultimately led them to part ways. As he reflects on their time together and how he's moving forward, the actor's revelations are bound to stir up plenty of conversation among fans and media alike. But before we get into it, make sure to give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to never miss out on any new videos. It's free and helps us tremendously bring out new content for your enjoyment. Joe Alwyn is finally ready to talk about his split from Taylor Swift, and fans are all ears. After more than a year since he and the international pop sensation ended their relationship, Joe has opened up in a new interview with the Sunday Times. In this candid chat, Joe dives into what led to the end of their 6-year romance and how he's been coping since then. He also touches on Taylor's latest album, The Tortured Poets Department, which has sparked speculation that several of the songs might be about their breakup. When Alwyn was asked if he's listened to Taylor Swift's album, The Tortured Poets Department, he took a thoughtful approach. He shared, "In thinking about what I was going to say, I would hope that anyone and everyone can empathize. I know this isn't a direct answer to your question, but it's important to me that people understand the challenges that come with ending a long, loving, fully committed relationship of over 6.5 years." He went on to explain how tough navigating the breakup has been, particularly with the added complication of public scrutiny. "It's a hard thing to handle," Joe said. "What makes it even more unusual is that within just a week, it's all out in the public domain and everyone has an opinion on it. So you have something very real suddenly thrown into a very unreal space. Tabloids, social media, press, where it is then dissected, speculated on, pulled out of shape beyond recognition," Alwyn said. "And the truth is, to that last point, there is always going to be a gap between what is known and what is said. I have made my peace with that." The two were together for 6 years before their breakup in April 2023, just before Taylor's highly anticipated Eras tour kicked off. Despite the length of their relationship, they managed to keep most of their romance away from the public eye. However, Swift did hint at their relationship in her music, with references to Alwyn appearing as far back as her 2017 album, Reputation. Since their split, Taylor has been in the spotlight with NFL star Travis Kelce, making headlines with their high-profile relationship. Meanwhile, Joe has chosen to keep a low profile about his own dating life, keeping details of his personal life under wraps as he moves forward. "I'm sure you can appreciate, given the level of noise and scrutiny about my past relationship, why I wouldn't want to just open the door to things like that right now," he told The Times. He did reveal, however, that he's doing really good, adding, "I feel fortunate to be in a really great place in my life, professionally and personally." A source close to the couple claimed that it was caused by differences in their personalities, which became harder to ignore after years together. Kind of like how you go into a relationship convinced their terrible dress sense will grow on you, only to find yourself tossing their hole-ridden vans in the trash. Hypothetically, of course. They had plenty in common and fell in love in a safe bubble while she was retreating from the world during Reputation, the source told People. Then the pandemic hit, and they were locked down together and able to continue growing their relationship in this insulated way. But he didn't really know her yet outside of that bubble. Joe has struggled with Taylor's level of fame and the attention from the public. The differences in their personalities have also become harder to ignore after years together. They've grown apart. They've had rough patches before and always worked things out, so friends thought they would take some time apart, but eventually come back together, the source commented, noting that ultimately Swift and Alwyn weren't the right fit for one another. They were like sunshine and midnight rain, perfectly contrasting but ultimately too different. An insider shared with Entertainment Tonight, Taylor and Joe are in totally different places in their lives right now. While it was mostly Taylor's decision to end things, both of them came to realize they weren't quite right for each other. They had spent a long time together, and despite the deep connection they shared, their personalities were just too different. Joe tends to be more introverted, shy, and quiet, which contrasted sharply with Taylor's more outgoing and vibrant nature. The same source also suggested that Taylor's immense success played a role in their breakup, noting, Joe has struggled with the level of fame Taylor has and the intense public attention. This makes sense, considering their romance began during the quieter pandemic days when Taylor's fame wasn't as overwhelmingly visible. But as the world reopened and Taylor's star power soared, it became harder for Joe to ignore just how famous she really was. A source told the Daily Mail, it's been tough for Joe trying to make a name for himself in Hollywood while being in a relationship with one of the most famous women in the world. During the pandemic, when it was just the two of them, it was easier to manage. But once things went back to normal, Taylor's superstar status became even more pronounced, and their differences became more obvious. While some, like Travis Kelce, seemed to navigate the fame game with ease, it's clear that for Joe, it was a different story. It's understandable that a not-so-famous actor like Joe might struggle with the dynamic. He quickly became known as Taylor Swift's boyfriend, and it's natural to wonder if some of his roles were influenced by that connection. Meanwhile, Taylor was out there collecting Grammys and dominating the music scene. From what Taylor said about her new relationship with Travis Kelce, it seems like she was ready for a change. She wasn't satisfied with the constant need for privacy and the lack of public displays of affection. It sounds like she was craving some good old-fashioned PDA, a public smooch or two. One person wrote on X, jokes aside, my take for it is that Joe must have mentioned the privacy thing to her back in 2016, and she wanted that back then and enjoyed it for a while. But it didn't work out. BC, deep down, she was still the Taylor who just wanted to live her life without hiding. Another added, friendly reminder that Taylor always hated to hide her relationships. She only did it with Joe because he didn't like it, and she deserves someone now who's not afraid to show their love in public. Taylor Swift has always seemed like someone who's serious about settling down, and after 6 years together, many wondered if marriage might be on the horizon. Rumors swirled about whether Joe was hesitant to take that step, or if it was actually Taylor who wasn't ready to commit. One insider mentioned, Taylor didn't see them working out in the long run. There was even a fleeting rumor from Dumois that Joe and Taylor had secretly tied the knot in the UK around 2020 or 2021. However, Taylor's publicist, Treepaine, quickly shut that down, calling the claims fabricated lies and taking a firm stand against Dumois. It's clear that while their relationship had its highs and lows, marriage wasn't part of the story for them. What has our blonde messiah Taylor Swift had to say about it? Of course, she wouldn't just come out and discuss her breakup in a straightforward manner. Instead, she's playing the ultimate game of clue-giving, dropping Easter eggs like confetti and letting us piece it all together. Forget Wordle, I'm all about decoding Taylor's hints. For instance, on March 31st, during her record-shattering Eras tour, Taylor made a notable change to her set list. Instead of performing Invisible String, a song widely believed to be about Joe, she sang The One, which is all about moving on after a breakup. Taylor is known for sticking to her set lists, so this switch was definitely intentional and noteworthy. Then, the very next day, her Texas performance featured Death by 1,000 Cuts and Clean as the surprise acoustic songs. Both tracks delve into themes of heartbreak and navigating a tough breakup. It's as if Taylor is directly communicating with us through her music. Adding to the intrigue, Taylor also deleted an Instagram video on April 30th, where she discussed the meaning behind Lavender Haze, a song from her 2022 album, Midnights. The song was inspired by Simple Joe himself. It's clear she's leaving us plenty of breadcrumbs to follow, making sure we stay on our toes as we try to decode the real story behind her breakup. So, what do you think? Comment down below and let us know. If you liked this video, click the subscribe button and hit the bell icon to be the first to see my next video. I post updates like this every week where I uncover the secrets of your favorite celebrities.